Have you ever wished you could turn a script into a studio-quality voiceover in minutes, not days? What if I told you there's a tool that can create lifelike voices, clone your own voice, and export polished audio without ever stepping into a sound booth? Today we're diving into ElevenLabs, a player in the AI voice space that's changing how creators produce narration for videos, podcasts, and courses. If you're a creator who wants faster turnaround, consistent vocal quality, and the ability to scale across languages, you're going to want to stick around. Imagine you're juggling two deadlines at once, a 6-minute explainer video and a 2-minute social cut in another language. You'd love the voice to sound natural, emotionally engaging, and perfectly paced. But you don't have a steady voice actor on call, and renting studio time is eating into your margins. Maybe you're a solo creator who's trying to publish more than one video a week, or you run a small team and need a scalable workflow. This is where ElevenLabs steps in. It's not just about text-to-speech, it's about elevating the voice in your content, consistently, efficiently, and with real nuance. Let's break down the problem a bit more with a real-world scenario. You're producing a 10-minute explainer series about new tech you love. Your audience is global, so you want multilingual narration, English, Spanish, and German, for example. You also want the tone to shift. Think excited for key moments, calm and authoritative for the core explanations, and warm and friendly for onboarding sections. Recording all of this in multiple voices would require multiple actors, scheduling, and a lot of post-production. And even when you manage to pull that off, you still have to ensure the pacing stays tight, the pronunciation is accurate, and the emotional cues land in every language. ElevenLabs promises to solve this by giving you a robust toolkit for voice synthesis that can deliver high-quality narration with a single script, across languages, with the ability to tailor tone and emotion. Let me introduce you to ElevenLabs and walk you through its most important features so you know what you're getting into. First, the core capability: ultra-realistic text-to-speech with emotion and nuance. ElevenLabs isn't just a robotic voice. Its synthesis engine is designed to capture natural prosody, the rise and fall of your sentences, the emphasis on key phrases, the tiny pauses that feel human rather than mechanical. This means your tutorials sound more engaging, your product intros feel more trustworthy, and your narrative moments have the emotional weight they deserve. For creators who need to keep people watching, the difference between a flat read and a voiced performance can be the difference between a viewer sticking around and scrolling away. Second, voice cloning and voice customization. One of ElevenLabs' standout features is creating or cloning voices. You can use your own voice as a base through overdub-style cloning with the proper consent and safeguards, or you can craft new character voices from scratch. This is where the platform shines for multi-voice productions. Create a friendly host voice for your on-camera channel, a formal voice for corporate explainers, and a warm, approachable voice for onboarding tutorials. If you're producing a series, you can reuse the same host voice across episodes, or switch to a different character voice while keeping a consistent tone. The ability to clone your own voice or design a set of custom voices gives you huge flexibility with a scalable workflow. Third, multilingual support and natural pronunciation. If you're reaching audiences across borders, you'll appreciate how ElevenLabs handles language. The system offers multiple language models and voices that are tuned for each language's rhythm, intonation, and pronunciation quirks. That means your Spanish narration won't feel like a translation. It will sound natural to native speakers with the same level of nuance you expect in English. You can mix languages in a single project, assign different voices per language, and maintain a cohesive sonic identity across the whole production. Fourth, an API and workflow integrations for teams and automation. If you're a developer, producer, or part of a small agency, you'll want to automate voice generation at scale. ElevenLabs provides API access so you can hook voice synthesis into your content pipeline, batch render scripts, or automatically generate narration for episodic content. This is a big win for teams that publish frequently and need a consistent, repeatable process. You could set up a workflow where you drop a script into your project folder, trigger an API call to generate the voiceover, then fetch the audio file directly into your video editor's project, ready for VO. It's not just about a single video, it's about building a scalable, repeatable voice production system. Fifth, the editing and export capabilities. Once your audio is generated, you'll want to shape it a bit. ElevenLabs supports adjusting tone and pace, and you can fine-tune the delivery of lines to hit the exact emphasis you want. You can preview pronunciations and adjust phonemes or emphasis to handle tricky product names or acronyms. When you're happy, export options cover common formats like WAV and MP3, with options for sample rate and quality to suit your publishing platform. If your video workflow includes other audio editors or DAWs, you can export clean stems that fit neatly into your editing timeline. Now let's do a step-by-step demo-style walkthrough. Imagine you do this, and you'll see how quick and approachable it is. Imagine you log into ElevenLabs Studio and you're greeted by a clean, intuitive dashboard. On the left, you see a library of voices, both standard voices and any custom voices you've created. You click New Voice to create a custom host voice for your channel. You're prompted to either choose an existing voice as a starting point or upload short voice samples to train your own. If you want to clone your voice, you'll follow the consent steps and provide the audio samples. The platform analyzes your voice for pitch, cadence, and timbre, and then you're ready to customize. You name the voice, pick a baseline style, cheerful, calm, dynamic, etc., and save it to your library. Next, you pick your project language and voice. Suppose you're producing a 3-minute English explainer with a friendly host voice. You paste your script into the text field. You notice there are options to control speaking rate, emphasis, and emotion. You slide the pace a notch for readability, choose friendly for the tone, and add a couple of emotions at specific lines. The name of a product you want to pop with excitement, a slide into a more thoughtful cadence for the conclusion. If your script has tricky terms or names, you can use phoneme-level customization or SSML tags to tell the system exactly how to pronounce something. You hit Generate and listen to the first pass. The voice sounds incredibly natural, and the emphasis lands where you intended. You toggle the emotion slider for a moment. The line about the product's impact should feel more uplifting, re-render, and you're there. You repeat this for your Spanish version, selecting a Spanish language voice that matches the host's warmth, and you disable a few breaths to maintain a tight cut for your 3-minute cut. This is the beauty of the system. You can reuse the same host voice across languages or curate a consistent cast of voices for multilingual content. If you're working on a multi-episode series, you can batch render. You prepare several scripts, assign voice profiles per language, and queue them up. ElevenLabs processes the batch in the background, returning audio files ready for import into your video editor. You can export at a high-quality WAV for mastering or MP3 for quick social cuts. If you want to keep your branding consistent, you can export the same voice at the same sample rate across each language so your audience experiences a uniform sonic identity. A quick note on the quality and safety. ElevenLabs places emphasis on consent and ethical use, especially around voice cloning. If you plan to clone a real person's voice, you'll go through the platform's policy checks and obtain the necessary permissions. For most creators, you'll likely stick to licensed voices from the library or your own custom voice you legitimately own, which keeps the process smooth and compliant while still delivering outstanding results. Pricing and plans. Let's map out what you can expect when you're deciding how to pay for this. ElevenLabs offers a free tier that's great for testers, students, or creators who want to experiment before committing. With the free tier, you'll get access to a set of standard voices and a limited monthly allotment of characters or minutes, enough to test a few scripts, proof of concept, and see if the quality aligns with your needs. You'll be able to export a handful of samples to evaluate the voice quality and context, but you'll want to upgrade for more capacity and more voices. Paid plans unlock more. A creator or pro tier typically expands your access to additional voices, including the ability to clone your own voice within policy guidelines, higher monthly usage limits, and faster rendering. If you're running a small studio or you publish frequently, a pro tier can be a strong fit because you'll gain priority processing, more languages, more voices, and deeper customization options for tone, pacing, and emotion. For teams and enterprises, there are business or API-focused plans that include team collaboration features, centralized management, and higher volume quotas, which are essential when you're coordinating VO across multiple channels or clients. Pricing varies by region and plan, and ElevenLabs often adjusts offerings to reflect the evolving feature set. The core takeaway is simple. The free tier is a great way to test the waters, while the paid tiers unlock the features that make ElevenLabs a production-grade tool for ongoing content creation. If you're building a pipeline that demands scale, you'll likely end up in a paid tier that fits your monthly volume and collaboration needs. Affiliate CTA. If you're curious to try ElevenLabs for yourself, I'll drop the link in the description. This is a tool I've found particularly powerful for speeding up VO workflows and ensuring consistency across languages. If you decide to explore it, the description link is there for you to check out. Before we wrap, a quick recap of what makes ElevenLabs a compelling option for creators like you. It delivers authentically expressive voices that don't sound canned. It gives you the power to clone voices or design new ones. It supports multiple languages with native-like pronunciation, and it offers a scalable API and workflow that's perfect for teams or solo creators who want to automate and streamline production. The editing and export options put you in control of tone and pacing, so your narration lands exactly as you intend, whether you're teaching a concept, telling a story, or guiding a user through a product tour. With a free tier to test and paid tiers that scale with your needs, ElevenLabs sits in a sweet spot for creators who want professional voiceovers without the heavy overhead of traditional voice production. If you're ready to experiment with lifelike voices and faster VO production, give ElevenLabs a try and see how it fits into your content creation workflow. Remember, I'll drop the link in the description so you can check it out and decide if it's right for you. If this was helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and drop a comment below. I'll see you in the next one.